Hello, it's time for Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what's happened in history. 1947, Dior's new look, clinched waists, full skirts, revives Paris as a fashion capital after the war. That's interesting. And then what do we put against that? To fight summer learning loss, public TV employees debut a kids' show about books. An intern came up with the name, Reading Rainbow. Well, that's a good fact. That's what, the 1970s? Oh, no, 1983. Okay, there we go. In Vienna, Madame Benvenisti gives a couch to her doctor, Sigmund Freud. It becomes central to his practice of psychoanalysis. Well, that's certainly earlier than 1947. 1890, yeah. Or circa 1890. Otto Rohwedder probably first sells a machine to make sliced bread. The convenient loaves become a national craze. The best thing since, well, you know. So I think that's before or after 1890. I think maybe the early 20th century. It is 1928. Okay, that was actually a bit later than I expected. The USSR expels Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a dissident, to West Germany. He said once that bravery is not to participate in lies. Okay, well, that'll have to be after 1947, just because it would have to be post-war. 1974, there we go. After a friend tells her about birds dying of pesticides, Rachel Carson writes Silent Spring in igniting the environmental movement. Ooh. I think that's the 1950s. Oh, I could be wrong about that. I'm actually not sure. I bet I'm going to get this one wrong. No, I didn't. It was the 1958 to 62. Okay, I was actually broadly right. Okay, the British fight two wars against China over opium. The money from British opium sales helped fund its demand for Chinese tea. I'm putting that before 1890. Yeah, so earlier in the 19th century. 1839 to 42 and 1856 to 60. A chef, Hanaya Yohai, starts selling hand-pressed sushi, nigiri, in Edo, Japan. As cheap street food, it takes off in popularity. I'm going to put that before this even. It is 1820s. Wow, okay, I would have guessed earlier than that, but fortunately, I didn't have to. All I had to guess was before these other things. Not much for celebrating birthdays. George Washington spends his 28th installing part of a fence. Okay, well, that's prior to the 1820s. 1760, there we go. All right, that felt like a reasonably gentle flashback this week to me, although, to be fair, there were a couple of cases where I thought I was on the edge and I wasn't sure, so I might have just lucked out a little bit. Oh, wow, no, actually, it was... actually, this looks like maybe the toughest one in a few weeks. I'm surprised. But, yeah, the most common result was 20 to 23, so let's see which ones trip people up. I mean, yeah, 94% of people placed George Washington correctly. That's not a big surprise. Only half of people put sushi in the correct place. I guess I can understand that. Most people got the opium wars right. Most people got Freud right. 20% of people misplaced sliced bread. Again, that was another one I wasn't completely certain about. And nearly as many misplaced Silent Spring. Nearly as many misplaced Solzhenitsyn. Yeah, so just a tougher week, I guess. And there we have it. I got a little bit lucky, I guess. That was the Flashback. Back next week. Bye for now.